You know, there are some things that loving husband just would never say. He just wouldn't. There are also some things that loving teacher would never, ever say. And they probably aren't what you think. And here's why I bring this up. Joey in the group asked about controlling inner conversations, inner talking. So many people miss this entirely because Neville was subtle with this. Don't edit. Do not sit there and try to edit every word that comes out of your mouth. If you do that, you'll sound like this. Don't edit every word that happens inside your head. Otherwise, you'll be holding your breath and people will look at you funny. End of line. You see, there are some things that loving husband would never say. Like, where are the liver treats? I see, loving puppy dad might say that. Yet these are all states. Loving husband, loving teacher, loving puppy dad. These are all identities. And every identity says something different. Halt. Sit. See, one of those I said often as a cop. The state of policeman. Halt. See, the state of loving husband really doesn't have to say that. But the state of loving puppy dad could find that useful. You see, what you say inside and outside, the words that you use, they're all determined by your state. Your inner conversations are totally determined by your state. The state of loving teacher has very different inner conversations than the state of loving husband. I really want you to get this, because otherwise you're going to spend all your time trying to make sure that your inner conversations match your state. Your inner conversations reveal the real state that you're in. There's the kicker. It's not about you have to force your conversations to align with your state. You have to just notice if you think you're in the state of loving teacher, right, me. And I find myself like, what would the state of loving teacher never talk about? Masks, anti-masks, vaccinations, puppy shots. I have to get the puppy shots, the car, going to get a new car. Like all those things, the state of loving teacher probably doesn't have much to say about those things. And I know someone's going to say, but I've got negative self-talk. Ooh. I don't care. Try that on. I don't care. Because one of the things that Neville taught time and time again, when you really look at the lectures, when you notice what we teach in the courses, he taught hearing. How do you hear something? How do you hear a compliment? How do you hear, I've got plenty of money? How do you hear what your bank balance is? See, some people, if they hear that their bank balance is 10 grand, they go, wow, yay, it's a miracle. Some people hear when your bank balance is 10 grand, they go, wow, it should be a lot more than that. Oh, it's in the other account. You see, how did you hear that your account balance was 10 grand? How did you hear it? That reveals a lot, doesn't it? So it's the new year. How do you hear that? So many people. Yeah, the old one is over. You know, we talked about this the other day, letting something be the last time. If you didn't listen to that, go listen to a couple of the previous days' ones. But you get to pick when the last time for anything is. You get to pick the last time that you're bothered by negative self-talk. Because when negative self-talk shows up in me, I go, wow, look at that. Where's that coming from? Time to move. See, I celebrate noticing it. See, imagine that. So you've got this negative self-talk, and it goes, you suck. Ooh, you're horrible. Or maybe it sounds like Mickey Mouse. Oh, I can't even do Mickey Mouse today. I'm not even going to try. For me, it sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks. You suck. Well, that's probably the worst Alvin and the Chipmunks ever. Oh, boy. But how do you hear it? How do you hear it? Do you celebrate when you notice it? See, here's the thing. When I notice I've got negative self-talk, I go, hoo-ha. That's right. I take over. Because I celebrate noticing. So if you got some gold today, I think I covered 7 different ways to deal with inner conversations, negative self-talk. Stuff really simple, like changing your state, which is really your identity. Because the state of loving husband, see, he looks out at the flowers and goes, I ought to pick me some of them to give to the woman. The state of loving teacher goes, flowers, I could include that in a lesson. The state of loving puppy dad goes, oh, look at that, they peed on the flowers. I love my dogs. I got good dogs. Get out of the habit of needing to control and micromanage it all. Change your state. So if you got gold today, this is going to be different. Manifestingtothemax.com. That's the course where we dive deep into identity-based manifesting. It's the course where we dive way deep into the tools in the toolbox. It's the course where we have the Neville Nibbles. I love the Neville Nibbles. Oh my God. You can't imagine. But anyway, manifestingtothemax.com. If you haven't done Manifesting Mastery, do that first. Okay, just to be blunt, get the backbone. But if you want to flesh it out in a different way, if you want to have some fun, if you want to explore how we explore identity in very cool ways, manifestingtothemax.com. Have a lovely day, gang, and we will catch you later. Happy New Year.